Hey guys, welcome back. This is Theo if you don't know who I am, but if you do, good to see you again. Basically what we're going to be doing today is just some pretty fun stuff. We're going back to the basics. We're just going to be doing a render from scratch inside of Redshift, but like I always say, if you know your render engine well enough, you can kind of follow along with me and I'll be able to kind of guide you through any other render engine because I'll kind of be using basic terms throughout the whole video that are hopefully universal across all render engines. I've been using Cycles a little bit and I've used Octane in the past, and I'm diving into Octane 2020 right now. It's really interesting. I like the new ACES workflow, which is really cool, but still unstable. So just gonna stick with Redshift for now, but we'll see coming up. And with all that being said, let's jump in and get started with this cool, fun render. Hopefully getting your mind off of all the craziness going around. Yo, what's up guys? If you see me looking back and forth, it's because my recording's right here and I'm working on this screen right here, and then y'all are in the middle. This is kind of the best camera setup. Also, I got this aperture light in the background, which is pretty cool. Anyways, enough of that. Let's jump right in right here. I'm just gonna angle myself actually. A side profile. This is a little awkward, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so first, let's just start off with creating a Redshift material. It's pretty basic. And then we're gonna call this floor. And the reason we're gonna do this, whoa. Okay, yeah, I see we're already having technical difficulties because of this awkward setup. I still have to look at the keyboard to type, by the way. Like, I don't know, I haven't learned, I guess, where the keys are, which you should learn like your first day in typing class, I guess. Cool. So what we're gonna do is kind of just create this composition where there's kind of this leading line coming forward, and it's drawing our eyes towards the subject, which I don't know yet. We're just gonna make it up as we go along. I've already made something similar to this, so the technical parts we'll knock through real quick. Okay, so we call this floor. Let's drop it on here, and let's go ahead and jump a Redshift render view. And I am planning on making a video on optimizing the Redshift settings for speed. You know what I mean, optimizing your scene for speed inside of Redshift. Yeah, the best settings, which there technically are no best settings, it just depends on your scene, but yeah, as best as I can get you. So let's just do 2500 by 2500. This is like your standard album cover resolution, so that's a fun thing to know also for your Instagram stuff. Automatically we're just gonna go to sample overrides, and we're gonna go to reflection, refraction, and light, and I'm gonna do 128 on all of those. And that's just because when we go into bucket mode, we want a really clean render when we're previewing. We might bump these up even more later on, but for now these should be just perfectly fine for our super clean bucket previews. And then go to GI, brute force GI, of course, because we want to have the most accurate GI. And we'll do something like 512 rays. I know this is actually not going to be enough for the scene because we'll have sunlight coming over a mountain, kind of bouncing off a wall and bouncing back down, and that creates all the GI noise. So that number will have to be turned up if you're going to turn this into like an animation or something. But just for the previews, we'll be using this. Cool. Okay, so we got our floor right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right into I'll be looking over here on this screen, pull out my assets, but just the general basics of this floor material. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over, and I grabbed these from, I think they're Quixel displacements. I can't remember. Just grab kind of any kind of ground displacement that you think is interesting, like a cliffside or something. And going through my asset folder right now. So we have some of these. I was gonna go with a Quixel displacement, and you can too, but I think I'd rather go with, ooh, that's really interesting. I think I'd rather go with one of these. I kind of like this look, possibly. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna go with this crater one. So you can just get a moon surface if you want, some kind of crater surface, and we're just gonna drag this in. And we're gonna primarily be using displacements for everything. These materials are not gonna be advanced just to keep this video simple, but also to kind of give it like a surreal, different kind of feel. So we're gonna go ahead and then punch Shift C and then just search displacement, and I gotta see my keyboard for that. So yeah, hopefully it's going good for y'all on y'all's end. Texture map, output, and then displacement. And if you have never used Redshift, well, you can actually download the free version of Redshift and follow along. They have a demo version. You can have it as long, like you can use the demo version as long as you want. I tell people this all the time. It just watermarks your stuff, but it's a great way to learn the program because a lot of productions are moving to Redshift. Cool. So go to override geometry and just tessellation displays. We won't tessellate it yet. We will later on though probably. And then of course, let's get our lighting done. So let's do Redshift light or Redshift objects, sun and sky rig. And there we go. And let's go ahead and make this plane a little bit bigger. And just to give our scene some scale, we'll add a little figure right there. And now we know kind of what scale we're working at. And I'm going to make this way bigger. Oh, not the figure. You want to keep him the same. Make the plane bigger. And then I actually might want to plug this into the reflection roughness. Yeah, that looks really nice. I knew that. I kind of thought that would work. Cool. So we got this going on. We got this displacement going on, and you can kind of just change it if you want to like 10 and 10. And it's a little too much actually. One was good. And we might just want to see if this will scale at all because it's not a seamless texture. We won't do that then. So we don't want our floor to have not enough resolution, so something like this. And we're probably gonna end up scaling our guy down a little bit, so that's something to consider. We'll kind of be cheating in that way, but it still be cool, and it kind of will help with that surreal look as well. So let's go to general. Remember, we're not doing visual effects here, so we don't have to be as strict on ourselves. And this is a cool look just right here, but I kind of want to get kind of a sunset view. And then I want the light coming in right here probably. We'll try, sorry guys, it's in the zone right there. We'll try something like this and we'll see if we like it or not. Cool. And then we're going to be using some procedural techniques, which is really fun. We're going to be wrapping landscapes and splines. I used to do this all the time, but I haven't recently. And I figured why not bring it back, because I'm not sure if I shared any projects on my Patreon with this in it. This will be up on the Patreon too, by the way, for all y'all wanting these displacements and stuff. And let's go ahead and jump right here. And let's just pull it back. Punching the wrong keys. I'm punching the Blender keys, of course. I've been learning Blender, not seriously, just for fun. There's some really cool There's some guys doing some really cool stuff in Blender, and it made me want to learn it. So I've kind of just been messing around with it. It'll never hurt you to learn a program. That's what I say. So let's just scale this bad boy up 10, 10, 10, and that's going to give us a massive scale, which is what we're looking for. We're kind of just going to create this surreal look. Y'all already seen the thumbnail. I don't even know what it is at this point. Something like that looks pretty cool. And then let's do a spline wrap. Spline wrap. I guess I could search it. It's not coming up. It's somewhere over here. We'll find. Oh, it's here. It's here. I know it. There we go. Spline wrap right there. Cool. And then let's just do another one. And let's do. Well, we gotta do a spline, so let's do that first. And then what we'll do is we'll get this above view and kind of just do something like that. Except I messed up because you want to start on one side and work your way to the other like this. And we're just going to wrap our landscape around it. Punch space to get rid of that landscape and then put that under the spline wrap. And then on the landscape, I actually messed up. You want this to be X plus. And that's kind of going to mess up our angle, so let's go back and fix that. I think it has something to do with the spline wrap. If I'm being 100% honest, I'm not exactly sure, but I don't get the correct result sometimes if I don't do that. So there we go. And now look, we're getting some interesting shadows and stuff. Cool. And under the spline wrap, just like in everything in Cinema 4D, you have to say, hey, what do I want to wrap it with? This spline right here. Cool. Okay, well, we still got some interesting results nevertheless, even though I changed it to X plus. Let's try X minus. Nope. Let's try Y plus. Y minus. Y minus. Y minus. That's it. So there you go. Just kind of troubleshoot that. And what we're able to do now is kind of control. Come here, your spline. Is kind of control where everything is based on these spline points, but I'm on that axis right there. There we go. So now I can bend this back if I want, pull it forward, and this is kind of a Houdini technique in a way. I've been playing around with that program as well. Nothing serious. I can barely mess around with the pig head, the Houdini pig head. If you know what that is, then yeah, you're in the same boat as me pretty much. And let's just kind of get this right here. And yeah, that looks pretty dang cool. And what we'll do is just click all this. Whoops. Sorry, I'm moving a little slow, guys. If hopefully y'all aren't just sitting there kind of like, come on. And then we'll call this back wall. Whoops. And the reason we're creating this back wall is because we could create this complex landscape in the back, but this will actually just save us time. Kind of just cut that off, cut that option off to the audience. And then let's create another material, Redshift material. And then we'll create another back wall. By the way, if any of y'all know the ACES workflow in Redshift, I was a little confused about that because I heard Andrew Lebrau, well, you know who I'm talking about. He was talking about how Redshift handles the color at a like render engine level, but I thought you had to turn all your textures into the ACES color space to get that. I didn't realize it would do it automatically. I'm not sure if it does. I was a little confused on what he was saying in his latest stream. So if any of y'all can clarify that for me, that would be pretty dope. And I'll share the information once I get my ACES workflow down. Yeah, cool. So we got this displacement going, we got this back wall going right here. And let's go ahead and grab another displacement for the back wall. And I just realized y'all can't see that because y'all aren't seeing that screen. And I'm gonna grab, oh, I got some Mars stuff. These are just, I think I made this in After Effects one time for fun. I'm gonna grab, ooh, that's the one. I really like that one. Let's grab that, Shift C, search for displacement, plug it in. And what we're basically doing is just handling all of the, for those of you that are kind of beginners or don't know, what we're doing is we're taking geometry out of Cinema 4D, which really can't handle that much geometry, and we're putting it on the render engine so that the render engine holds it all. And specifically Redshift is known for its amazing, and honestly, like in my personal experience, it's amazing at handling high amounts of geometry. Definitely better than Octane. So that's something to consider if you're in the lookout. I know there's so many people that always are asking questions like, what's your opinion, Redshift or Octane? So that's a little piece of advice right there. And then let's go to basic. I'm kind of all over the place, but that's cool. And let's go into this material and let's give it, I'm trying to think about colors right now. Color science. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do anything that crazy. Not a green. I'm trying to think of an earthy color. A brown. Yes, but that's too brown. So let's take it off, take it back, pull this forward. And a little too yellow. Kind of just slide it around. See what you like. It's your composition. That looks pretty good. This highlights are blowing this out. Cool. So we got this. And let's just move this up some. Getting these shadows, which look so nice. Okay, so we got our back wall down. Everything about it looks pretty nice, other than I think I want to scale this material. Actually, I want to plug this into the roughness. Or I might just want to give this, oh, it doesn't have any roughness. Cool, it's a glossy material. I will plug this into the roughness. just to kind of just make the material a little bit more realistic and dynamic, because all materials aren't perfectly smooth. And then let's go ahead and what we'll do is I kind of want to start getting this composition set up. So something like this with our little guy. We will be changing this figure out for probably an astronaut. Eye roll, but you gotta, I mean, I think it's cool. That's what got me into rendering. Not really, but I saw the astronaut octane renders and I was like, ooh, I want to do that too. Let me find an astronaut character and learn octane. Cool. That's a little too small. Let's do 0.5 on his scale. And what we're doing right now is just setting up our composition. You can do anything for this, or you don't even have to have a character if you don't want one. It's totally up to you. And then we'll do something like that. And let's go ahead and create another wall. And since we already have this system set up, let's just Control C, Control V, and then we'll call this right wall. There's a really cool picture I saw on Pinterest, which, don't shame me. If you're not looking for concept art on Pinterest, like, there's some really cool stuff. I found some really cool stuff, which is like, I know it's such like a girl thing to be on Pinterest, but for real though, like, guys, y'all are missing out if you're not on it, because you can find some sick renders. I've seen some really cool Houdini stuff also, like Houdini flower artwork on Pinterest is next level. Now we're just kind of, hey, we're just trying to create something now. Ooh, I do not like that. See, I want some sunlight to hit our subject. That might work. That's probably the best, honestly. What we'll do is we'll kind of, if you know me, I like to mess with the lighting, so we'll kind of just see, oh, that's really cool. We'll kind of see like that. And of course, let's go ahead and create a Redshift camera and start getting all that set up. What just happened? My goodness. That was weird. Okay, cool. I think it was just a glitch. I saved the project anyways because it's kind of good practice, you know. Let's do portrait. That's a good. I like 80. We might go even crazier, but 80 is a good starting point because look at that. It compresses it so much, and it makes it look really nice. And I really don't like how this back wall, this material is stretching like that. So let's go ahead and punch Shift A on that, and I have that programmed in. You can program yourselves under the hotkeys tab. You can, like a 5-minute Google search if you don't know how to do that will totally get you figured out. So let's go general, and I think if we change this to 2, cool, and it's not stretching anymore, but it is tiling, which looks horrible. We could try planar mapping. Whoops, not that. Shift C and triplanar, which these are just kind of techniques that I like to use. It would be nice to be using a Quixel one at this point because they wouldn't be stretching so crazily. Image X, and then I'm just gonna Shift A that and see what happens. Jeez, that looks horrible. Okay, well, we'll just have to deal with this tiling. Let's see how it looks. I can't even see it actually. Do we do? Yeah, it is. Cool. Can we do 3:1 maybe? 2:1? Let's see. That was a pretty weird aspect. Let's try 2.5:1. Okay, that looks pretty natural. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there for now. Yeah. Triplanar mapping works usually, but that was pretty weird. I'm not gonna lie. And I've already done all this in a similar project, so I'm trying to move as fast as I can. Let me know if y'all want me to like do a project completely from scratch, and y'all want to like see my process of like experimenting around and stuff. It would be a super long video. It would be probably ridiculous. It would probably be like a 3 or 4 hour video. But I mean, if you're interested, oh, I really like that. This reminds me of oh gosh, there's a freaking video or Pinterest. I can't remember. Ooh, that looks so cool. I'm digging it. You know what? I think we'll leave that. I might as well be making this the thumbnail. So let me go ahead and frame it up for that. Y'all can stay square if you want. If you're following along even, you might not even care. Oh man, that looks cool. If I was using Octane, I would probably put like a Vectron right here and create this structure, like make it, yeah. I want to try Octane again. I really do, but it's got to get more stable for me to use it. And it looks like our noise is pretty clean. Cool. Okay, I'm liking it, but I'm not loving it. And that's part of the reason is, we could do this later, but definitely part of the reason is we got to enable this bloom. Override, enable, exposure. Oh, we can mess with that later. Flare. Oh, no, we don't want to flare. Let's do some streaking. And then, of course, let's do some streaking. And then, of course, you got to snap this back and forth, usually, to get this stuff to show. And we might not just be hitting the thresholds. There we go. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Cool. We got a little bloom, and then let's add a little streak. Cool. Okay, I'm digging it. And then let's go ahead and maybe we could like have our character facing this way. I'm just gonna do some quick blocking. So if our character is standing here, looking up at something up here, and then let's go ahead and turn on our composition helpers. And let's do, of course, the golden spiral. That's my favorite one. I find that just such a beautiful shape. Let's flip it. Okay, let's put our character right there. See, guys, this is why you do these things. I was pretty close, not too bad. And if we angle our camera down a little bit, and we're just messing around here. That looks pretty cool. That could work. Could it? Possibly. Let me dig through. I think I have a kit bash that I might want to incorporate, like the Utopia kit bash. Let's dig through that. Kit bash's stuff's amazing, and I need to remember where I put all that. 3D objects, and then kit bash. Utopia, yes. I think Beeple just did something with Utopia, which is hella cool. Yeah. Do this one. I don't know why. What's the difference between these two? I'll just do the bigger file, of course. And then it's gonna, I didn't merge it, so it's gonna open up another window. So we'll just copy them over. That way we don't corrupt this project with all this geometry. As it loads, loading in. Cool. And let's find something that we can kind of look at. And why is it showing in the render view? Oh, there we go. Control D, that. Control D. Oh yeah, we're here. Large, there we go. Let's see, I'm trying to find a structure that would be interesting to have at the base. I wonder if, actually, I don't see that building that Beeple used in the kit bash, so it might not be here. Ooh, that would be cool in the background. You know what, guys? I'm going to be going off. Whoa. That's kind of annoying. Oh, what? The glass? Are these all considered one object? Let's see. Oh, gosh. That could have been done better. I think it's my fault, the way I imported it. Cool, so I think I need all these, because if I just move this... Yeah, okay, cool. That's not a kit bash problem, that's a me issue. I think I imported the wrong file, but whatever. Let's go over to window, and let's go back here. And if you don't have the money to afford a kit bash or something, there's some great other alternatives on... I'm gonna protect this camera real quick before I get going, because I know I'll mess this up. There's some great alternatives on ArtStation that are really cheap. Just do your research, you'll find some. Kit bash is expensive, like, I'm not gonna lie. And sometimes you can find some more unique things, because Kitbash, they kind of have to sell to a broader audience, so they can't go too unique on things, but there's some really super stylized stuff. And then let me change this X coordinate to 0. Cool. And where are you building? They're all over here. There it is. Yeah, whatever I was just saying, I just totally lost track of it. Sorry, guys. This is what happens when you try to do new things. I could have been finished by now, but I think this will be cooler. And then we'll undo that. Go right here. I don't even know what the word for that is. Origin geometry. Holy moly. This is a huge building. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to just hide the back wall for now. I'm going to move the building back there. Oh, wow. Wow. That's really cool. Let's see what we can do with that. That's so interesting to me. Okay, Control D, and let's change this to large so we can see it in our here. And then let's just frame it up maybe. I want to move it actually. I liked it closer. I kind of want this world to be a paradise, a utopia, but I also want it to feel a little claustrophobic as well, to kind of just give our character a sense of scale. Okay, cool. Let's do this. Default material. Delete that. And delete all these. So let's create a Redshift material. And you know we're going to do a little bit more materials today. Of course, if you're following along on Octane or whatever it is you use, you can still do this. If you actually do know your render engine, you should be able to do this. This is a light metal, quote unquote. I wonder where this is going to show up. So let's change this to like red. Okay, it's not even going to show up here, so we'll just ignore it for now. Let's make another one, and let's change it. I like to do this at the beginning. If I'm going to be texturing something, I just like to assign a color to everything, so I know what I'll be changing. This is okay, so we'll be changing this one here. Another light metal, so we'll just use the same one for that. Cool. Light metal 1, light metal 2. We don't even need to worry about that light metal, so they can be linked together, and I'll name this light metal. Don't worry, we're not keeping these colors. This is just for me to kind of find out how I'm going to skin this, basically. And then this is just metal. Cool. Let's go to a metallic. Aluminum. That's kind of cool, but not exactly what I'm looking for. Lead. Glass. Definitely not glass. Plastic. Copper. Oh, copper. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna pull one of my displacements off this, and 3D assets. And what I'm gonna do is, this is gonna be a long video, guys. Hope y'all are into it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a displacement right here, and I'm gonna pull this over, and it's gonna be the same displacement we used for the wall. Don't tell anyone. And let's just do this. Cool. And we'll see if this looks interesting. Redshift tags. And then let's tell the engine to displace our geometry. That did not do too much. Cool, there we go. Let's give it a 2:1 scale. Planar Mapping would probably work there. And then what if we didn't even listen to the Kitbash people and we just made our own material. I do not want a GGX. Here, I'll let y'all see what I'm doing. Sorry. Let's do GGL. Let's do Okay, this is weird, but let's do plastic. Just get rid of that. And then let's do something like what we did with before. So something like that. That's way too saturated. Whoa. Okay, I can dig that. That could work. I'm not in love with it, but I think we can make it work. Yeah, I'll give myself a challenge. I'm gonna go off onto a different composition than I had in mind, just for fun. And then what we'll do, I wonder if I'm just trying to find the good way to present this tower. That looks pretty interesting. I think we'll do something like that. And then let's go to light metal. Are we gonna do some advanced materials now? I guess so. We'll do curvature mode. Let's map that on there. And then let's change the radius to, geez, I don't even know. Let's try 2. 10. I'm not seeing anything happening with any of these, so let's try concave. There's no radius mapping. Okay. Interestingly enough, I think the scale is really weird because I scaled this null differently than the material, which is fine. Let's go to that light metal right here, or just the regular metal. Let's do an iron. That looks horrible. Plastic. Ooh, I did a water. I kind of like that look. It's too dynamic though. It distracts from our subject. Aluminium. We'll do some aluminum. Why not? And then we'll do the same thing. We're just gonna take our displacement that we used from earlier. And let's go ahead and displacement. Texture map. I wish this did this automatically. It'd be like, just click a button and it does it. That'd be nice. That's some Houdini stuff that you have to program. Aluminum, let's give it a weight. Oh wait, no, we don't. It's aluminum. It's a metal. I'm not in love with this look, to be honest. Oh, let's go ahead. Oh, I just clicked on the screen recording to change this. Let's go ahead and change this maximum displacement to something like 10. Okay. That's gonna be too much, probably. Yes, it is, but I notice, and let me just click on this. I noticed that we need to tile it some because we've stretched this too far. What if I just did like a 30-30 tile? It does nothing. Wow. A 10-10 tile. Cool. Okay. Scratch the building. And we'll just continue on forward without it. This is at the point where I'm like, it's kind of where you just move on. Like, oh, okay. Didn't work out. What is this noise coming from now? Hopefully that is a bug. A very annoying bug though. Oh, I think it's got to do with this back wall. There we go. Cool. I want him to have looking up at something. Or what we could do is we could do another wall. Why not? We already have it made. It's just Command C, Command V. And then let me take it. And we got this maze going on. I don't want to take away that light though. That's the one thing. But I could do something like this. I just want to bring this into the composition kind of. No, I don't. Oh, we're getting there. I'm gonna merge I'm gonna merge in an astronaut. And what we're gonna do with this astronaut is replace it with our little stick man. So 3D assets, 3D OBJs, Characters, astronaut, and I'm gonna use this spaceman. I got this one for free, actually. This was like is an Octane project, and guys, if I could remember the website, I literally was just searching for free astronaut models. It's like when I first got started. Oh, I actually want to use that possibly. Is when I first got started, and I was like looking for free astronaut models, and well, guess what? I found my free astronaut model. And then let's turn this off. What is this doing? What is this? Okay, so we're gonna just Alt G these together, and hopefully you're just learning stuff from me playing around, or you're getting ideas on your composition. You're kind of going your own way. Astronaut. I did not spell that right. It's okay though. Let's pull this guy up. That was the camera. Oh God, get these cameras out of here. They're confusing me. And then let's pull this astronaut forward. And he is obviously, whoa. Oh, you know what we could do? That was an idea that we might, let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's see what happens. I want to go with this astronaut model. And I'm going to go down to the helmet. And I'm just going to copy it actually. And I'm just going to hide this guy for now. We'll ignore it. And this is like a Stultz. I think that's his name. He does this kind of stuff where he makes it super big. Oh yeah, that could work. We do a 20. Well, they might not be able to understand what it is. Let's do something like this. And let's do, guys, so much of this is like just playing around. That's kind of cool. Just trying to find. Okay. And the only thing that it needs is some light hitting it, and we'll get that. We'll make it slightly bigger. We'll do like a 12, and 12. And then we'll create, oh man, I gotta texture this thing now. Oh, this was such a pain to texture in Redshift because it wasn't mapping them right. I'm just gonna apply an overall texture for now. All you Redshift heads are gonna enjoy this because plastic, aluminum. I don't want to do that. It's too lazy. I don't want to be lazy. Let's go ahead and do some stuff. I'm gonna open up Quixel because it is amazing, and I'm just gonna search for a imperfect. Oh, I'm gonna download that. I really wish I would have thought of this idea. Seems like such a fun company. Going around scanning stuff all the time, traveling the world. Well, not right now, but when the world isn't shut down, I wonder what they're scanning right now. Let's download that. And I should own some of these. Okay, yeah, I do. Let's add these grunges. I'm just gonna try to find the ones with the check marks so that I don't have to wait for them to download. I like this idea. This scratched kind of tells a story. Let's drop that in there. Let's go to reflection, roughness. It's got to process our texture. That is one thing I do remember with Octane is it was pretty fast at doing this kind of like processing. Shift A. I want to see how it's mapping it. Okay. And let's just angle. Oh. Let's angle this way. Do we want it to float? Do we want to add that idea? No, that looks cheesy. Angle it this way. I think I just might go back to like the original. idea. Like that. And then this aluminum is way too, just, I don't know, too bright, I guess. Hey, that looks nice. Let's go ahead and start, I'm jumping all around here. Let's go to color, man. Let's go to LUT, override, enable. I am actually working on a LUT pack for CGI, specific things like this. And, well, that's way too strong. Is that my log version? So, yeah. Whenever that comes out, guys, I'll let y'all know. But we're going to just use some vision color LUTs for now, because they can kind of give you a good look. Let's do Rec 7099. I do know that I hate that they wash it out and stuff. That's one thing I kind of wish these LUTs didn't do. I don't want that. Let's do a KDX Rec 709. These are too strong. I'll turn their strength down. Vision 6 Rec 709. Okay, I dig. Let's just do something like that. Cool. And then let's go back to our sky, and let's change the sky model to from a Hostel wiki to, gosh, I can't even pronounce that. It just has a little bit more pink in it, basically. And then we can go back to our camera, and I kind of change our color so it'll let us. It's a little too saturated. It's a little too saturated, but now it looks fine. And then let's go ahead and let's add in some sunlight, of course. And I kind of want this right wall to move. Oh, all my walls are misnamed now because I did too much copying and pasting. So what we'll do is we'll move this helmet back. And then we'll scale it up. Whoa. Come on. Come on. Let's do a 20, 20, 20. There's a key command I know to snap it to all of them, but I forgot it. I was watching some Cinema 4D tutorials, and they were, I think it was a HUD designer that knew about it. I'm pretty sure it was a girl. She knew. She definitely knew her stuff. Oh, look at that. This is that kind of stuff I'm talking about. Look for that kind of stuff, guys. That's so cool. So dynamic. Only problem is I don't like that angle. And let's go ahead and pull our, geez, it's getting so slow. What's going on here? Cool, we're all good here. I'm not gonna spend the time to texture the helmet, which is a little lazy on my part, but we're going for a surreal look anyways, so why not? Let's make the astronaut. Let's make him visible now, and we gotta make this guy super tiny. I want him to be kind of like looking up at it, being like, this is me in the future or something kind of look on his. Oh, that's way too small. 0.5. 0.5. 0.5. That's probably a little too big. You know, scale's important with these surreal kind of looks. Scale does a lot. Oh man, it'd be so cool if he had a ship with him. Oh, that, I gotta add that in. I don't even know if I have any good ship models though. They're definitely not textured. Okay, what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to move him over this. Come on, dude. We might not be able to do this little. Oh. I got it. I'm gonna fix our composition. Let's do golden spiral, but let's go to our golden spiral settings. And let's turn this off, turn this off. That's what we want. We want to put it there. That's our subject now. Our subject has changed. So let's do something like this. No, I don't like that actually. I want to, yeah. Oh, yes, that's what I want. It's a little off, but I would argue that it doesn't matter at this point. I think it looks pretty cool. And I might add something right here because it just feels a little, yeah. And let's go ahead and do that. And I actually know what I'm gonna add right there because I already have it in the scene. It's gonna be this right wall, what I named. And then we'll move it in. And by the way, if you know this, T, R, and E, T, R, and E, T, scale, R, rotate, E, transform. I know that's a little weird that E's it, but it is. It's just what it is. And it's okay because we have a spline. That spline wrap this. And we're just gonna kind of try not to clip into our camera with this whole thing. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, that's not what we want right there. Let's grab that spline and then let's go to this. Man, it's a long one, I know, guys, I'm sorry. But I got a little excited with that building and everything. Let's pull this stuff back. And then this needs to go. This can't be like that. See, this is some Houdini stuff right here. Not really. Houdini is way more procedural, but someone was asking when is Cinema 4D gonna get nodes, and I was like, oh god, I don't know if I want that or not. Just kidding. Nodes are really cool, but sometimes they're pain. Just a little bit, and I kind of like that. And I'm gonna go to this right wall right here, and I'm gonna take this texture, and I'm gonna scale it. And I'm not crapping on Houdini because it's an amazing program, but it's not easy to learn. It's not for the faint of heart. And I'll actually go to all these landscapes, and let's just select them. We have our right wall again because we're lazy and we haven't renamed it yet. And then the back wall. And then let's just go under all of them, select the landscape. If I left click, shift left click. I'm trying to just select only the landscapes. If you know how to do that, you're ahead of the game. Maybe it's a control click. Whatever, we'll do it by ourselves. We need you. Okay, let's change. This is our back wall, so let's see what happens to it. If we roughen the furrows and find the furrows. Okay, and then we're gonna change our width and depth to 200 each. I'm just trying to give it, yeah, a little bit more going on. And then, yeah, this is fine. This one over here is fine. Let's go ahead and take this sun. We're getting close. We're close to the end. I can feel it. We're gonna go sun. We're gonna go to our, oh, we can add some volume too. Well, we might want to do that. This is some stuff's gonna have to change with this because I don't like that you can see that. This is just, you can see the whole scene right there. General coordinate. Let's do that. Ooh. No. Yes. Definitely not. Something like that. Sorry guys, I'm just focusing on this, trying to get it right. That I really like, I'm not gonna lie. But I do like this a little bit more. Not that. That. Or that. I like that. That's what I want. Let's go ahead and take this wall. just gonna call this L. Won't even type it out. Let's take our other right wall. Control C, Control V. And use this spline wrap method whenever you want. Like this, it doesn't just have to be landscapes. It can be any kind of like, although landscapes are kind of like the best because you can get organic shapes and stuff out of it. There we go. I'm just trying to cut off that. No, that looks weird actually. If only we were in portrait mode, it would look so much better. I'm not even sure if that did anything, but I like it. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Spaceman renders, yeah. Let's take our figure. I feel like if you're pretty advanced, none of this is new. You probably clicked off by now. But maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm helping some of y'all out. But I'm gonna start speaking to mostly the beginners in this, especially if you're new to Redshift. Hello. Welcome to the club. And something that you need to understand about these kinds of things, let me delete the figure, is composition is super important. It's not as important as lighting. I don't want to even compare them because they're not the same. Cool. Okay. Let's just see what else do we think we want to do with this. I'm not sure if we want to do anything else with it. It looks pretty nice. That back wall, I'm not a super huge fan of. We could maybe make it a little bit more. If we just take it and rotate it just a little bit over our scene. And then we'll go here. Yeah. That is a pretty cool look. I'm gonna go back to these back wall. Oh man, they're all separate materials now because I was copying them. Oh wait, right wall, landscape, landscape, landscape. Cool. I'm just gonna take this back wall landscape and copy them over all of these. And I just realized I want to make these a little bit more glossy, I guess. Well, they're not rough at all. Cool. We can add some backlighting and translucency. Let's see what that does. Oh, it gives us a look for sure. Kind of lines everything up. Let me turn it off and on and y'all can see the difference. Off, on. If we give it like a darker pink too, we're kind of just color grading it with this reflection or this translucency thing. That's for just if you don't know Redshift, that is used for mostly like leaves and plants and stuff. Cool. It is not the most creative render, it's not the best render, but it's a pretty cool render, and it will kind of hopefully get you set up and going in Redshift or in Cinema 4D, or if you just are bored and wanted to listen to someone talk about rendering for a while, hopefully kind of just distract you. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little bit of a long one, I know. I have a lot of content planned. Like I said, I have a class, the Redshift class. Still typing out the plan for it. I'm about to do a huge update for the Octane class. I'll actually probably start that before I do the Redshift class, just because there's a lot of big stuff coming out in Octane 2020 that I want to share with y'all, and also some stuff I want to try out. And that's going to be coming later on down the line though, because it's going to take me a couple weeks to shoot it. I have almost everything planned out for it though. So if you have already bought the Octane Masterclass, daily render Masterclass, I kind of refer to it as different things, you're going to get that update for free, and the price will be going up on it just because I had to do more work for it. So anyone who's already bought it, guess what? You don't have to pay anything extra. You'll get all the updates. I'm probably going to add about 6 hours of lessons, depending on if I want to redo some of the old lessons or not, just because there's some stuff that's changed in 2020 and it's really interesting, and I might just want to redo the lesson just to make it simpler for y'all. So Yeah. One last thing we can do. Let's go in the Redshift sky. Let's go to Redshift dome light. I just want to see what this will look like. Turn off Redshift sky. Turn off Redshift sun. Can't talk. Redshift sky. Redshift sun. And let's go to 3D assets. And then let's go to my HDRI folder and Ultimate Skies HDRIs. Oh, I don't want to pick one at random. I'll go to the thumbnails first. And let's browse. This is the Ultimate Skies from Grayscale Gorilla. It's really the only HDRIs I use. That one's interesting. Ultimate Skies 22. Ultimate Skies 22. 22, 20, 21, 22. And this is the SM. That's small, so we want the large one. Turn off the bucket mode. What are you doing? Please don't crash. Just kidding. Redshift wouldn't really crash doing something like this. Oh, wow. Oh, man. It just changed everything. And I like it, though. Let's go to general coordinates. Let's go to something that David Area View. I think I used to call him David and David Drew. David Area View. He said this before, and it's true. Look how flat this lighting is. Of course, this is a sunset, so it's going to be a little flat. Oh, that's so cool, but we can maybe mess with our exposure. I have not had luck with changing exposure with the camera. It just gives me horrible looks. Override enable. Crank up the ISO. Let's get out of there. Let's jump into here. Hey. So much more color. I like it. I dig it. Let's go that back wall again, and let's turn off this weight on that. It's a little too oversaturated for my taste, but it looks pretty cool nevertheless. And the lighting is really flat. I don't know what I'll go with the thumbnail. This one, vote in the comments below. We'll call this one image 2, and then we'll call this one image 1, and it's gonna be blown out because I changed exposure. Yeah, I definitely like image 1 more. That's gonna be a thumbnail because I don't like that flat lighting. Wow, that HDRIs are really flat. I didn't realize that. Cool, we're done here. We can maybe mess with the bloom. Oh, just give it like a mystical look. Yeah, something like that. Cool, guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Change your GI higher. You're gonna probably want that if you're gonna run our animation or anything like that. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I already did my outro, so peace out.